This story comes to us from NBCnews.com. And this is the one that everybody's been talking about. This is the one you've been waiting on, I think. Well, a lot of people had made videos on this last week or the week before. But I couldn't get to it. There's so much going on. Got so much to bring you. I just got a list of stuff, and people are giving me stuff. Thank you, Steve, for always putting a link of a story in there. I do put them on my list. He just gave me one recently that I put on my list. But when you guys send me stuff saying, hey, what about this cop? I do it. I've had a couple people say, why didn't you cover this story? And I'm going, that's the first time I'm hearing about it. So I'll just give me the stuff and I'll put it on my list. At any rate, this is the one everyone is talking about, where Arkansas police arrested a man accused of piercing his teenage son's ear in an alleged violation of state laws against various forms of body art. Arkansas has laws against body art. Interesting. I thought a lot of people in Arkansas would have body tattoos, and stuff. Just, I know, down south, they get those tattoos. Moving on, officers booked Jeremy Sherland on suspicion of performing a body piercing on a minor under 16, endangerment of a minor, and resisting arrest, Tontitown police said in a statement. Of course, they got to get that resisting arrest in there. They tried to get me with resisting arrest because I didn't drop my phone. I didn't know what was going on. I'm like, whoa, and the cop grabbed my arm, put it behind my back. And they said, well, he didn't drop his phone. You didn't tell me to drop my phone. You walked up to me and handcuffed me and put my phone on the ground. But then they put, he resisted. Of course, that didn't stick. The judge probably was like, really? The investigation was touched off Thursday when the suspect's son told classmates he had his left ear pierced. So he told classmates he had his ear pierced. While sitting in class talking with other students and a teacher present, the juvenile male stated his dad was drunk and put him in a chokehold and shoved the piercing in his ear. Kids, okay. Sherland refused to talk to officers when they first went to his home before they huddled with Washington County prosecutors and returned to make the arrest. If the kid's telling the truth. And if the kid is telling the truth, what the hell? Now, video of the arrest appeared to show 4 police officers pushing their way into a home and handcuffing this man.
For what? Because I said it.
What are y'all doing?
Why are you in my house? Why are y'all in my house? Why are you in my house? Guys, I'm asking a question. Why are you
For what?
You're a body piercing, okay?
in your home? He was not unlawful.
Body art without a license.
Guys, chill.
Now, you've probably seen in the video that when she says, what are the charges? And they say, crime against body art. See how he laughs. Ha 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 ha. Body art without a license. Body art without a license. That's what he was saying. As the man is marched around the corner and through the neighborhood, he can be heard laughing at the police officers. Now, the woman is heard saying, piercing his son's ear without a license takes 3 cops, 4 cops. No permission. They busted her front door. This is the boy right here. She says he got a pierced ear by his dad, and these cops busted in my door. A younger male's voice can be heard from behind the camera saying, I wanted my ears pierced. We didn't do mine. Maybe that's what you should have arrested for, not doing my ears. But anyway, Tontitown police cited a section of Arkansas law saying a person shall not perform body art on a person under 16 years of age, regardless of parental consent. But that section of state law, Chapter 27 of the Arkansas Public Health Code, also appears to carve out a specific exception, except when piercing the earlobe. They didn't know about that, did they? That's funny, too, when people say, so you think you know more law than the cops? Yeah, a lot of times I do. because cops don't take the time to look it up. When I was an animal control officer, worst job I ever did, someone would say, something about, like, we'd be out there for a certain type of violation, county violation, and I would stop, and I had a book that I had. I don't remember if they gave it to me or I bought it, but it was the California State, I don't remember the wording, but animal health code or animal law or something. It was about animal laws throughout the state of California. And I would look in there to find, you could find index by words, and I would look it up and I would go, oh, okay. Like the one on abandonment of an animal. Somebody told me, you got to take this animal. It's by law, you have to take it. The animal's here by himself, chained up. Nobody lives here. You have to take it. Okay, that's the law. And I looked it up, and because animals in California are considered property, you can't just walk on someone else's property and take their property. That's a violation of the Fourth Amendment. What you do is you have to put a notice on the front door with a 24-hour period. You say you have 24 hours from this time right here, 1:30 p.m. on this day, to contact us and claim this animal is you're here, or tomorrow at this time we're going to take the property as an abandoned animal. The reason you have to do that is because now the animal's health is in question. Food, who's feeding him, who's watering him, who's so forth. That's why. Anyway, I digress. So what I'm getting at, I did that whole thing, that whole spiel, to say a lot of times cops don't take the time to look it up. I could have just said, yeah, I'll take the dog. I'm taking it. And then what if they came home and said, we were on vacation, we were up in Big Bear for the weekend. He took our dog. Now they can sue me for civil rights violations and unlawfully seizing their property. It's like a car. You leave a car on the freeway. Do you know cops will put a sticker on there? They call it a red sticker, and say, you've got 72 hours to claim this car or we're towing it. Because it's an abandoned vehicle. It's abandoned property. But cops don't look at that. Oh, he's under 16. You did body art. You're getting arrested. Not knowing that there's an exception that says except when piercing the earlobe. The dad didn't commit a crime. Maybe, I don't know if he was drunk and held the kid down and forced it in there. I don't know, maybe something, if that's true. Because kids do tend to, kind of blow the story up a little because it's cool. Despite language that appears to allow youngsters under 16 to get their ears pierced, Washington County Prosecutor Attorney Matt Durrett said the statute could still apply to Sherland. But then he goes with, well, it was an unlicensed facility. Cops are always going to try to, and prosecuting attorneys are always going to try to find little details to tweak the law to mean what they want it to mean. You need to understand the Constitution, laws, statutes, those aren't necessarily the Holy Bible. You can't just give your own personal interpretation and go, well, that sounds good. No, that's the letter of the law. Moving on, I'm sorry. Taneytown police representatives couldn't be reached for comment. Well, of course. And Sherland was released after he posted $1,500. His arraignment is set for May 22nd. Now, the prosecuting attorney to end here says, between the arrest and the arraignment, we review every case that comes in and we look at the evidence. And it's not unusual at all for evidence to come in after the arrest, which can affect the charging decision. So basically, they're going to tell the police, give us some more evidence. Come on. Got to get them trying to get us, man. It's this health code thing. The moral of the story is the Arkansas Health Code gives an exception. It allows for piercing of the earlobe for people under 16. But in Taneytown, no, but it was an unlicensed facility, and that exception, that don't apply here. But you're part of Arkansas, right?